So do you also use Typeform and Zendesk for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to create Zendesk user on Typeform submission. So with here I'm running a business and we collect the queries and the feedbacks of our customers with the help of Typeform. So now what I want is that as soon as we receive a new form submission on our Typeform account, automatically a user should be created in my Zendesk too. That too without any manual efforts. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Typeform and Zendesk. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also want to create this automation for your business? Then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen everyone. So in this video I'll show you how to set up an automation that creates a new Zendesk user whenever someone submits a Typeform. So by connecting Typeform with Zendesk, you can automatically add users into your customer support platform without any manual efforts. This integration is ideal for ensuring a smooth workflow. So let's dive in and see how you can set this up. So let's start with a simple example. Let's say that my name is dummy user, and over here you can see that I've entered all of my details and I'm just going to submit this Typeform. You can see that I've also entered my issue or request. So I'm just going to click on this submit, and yes, you can see that I've successfully submitted this. So now I'm just going to open my Zendesk account and we're going to refresh this customers page. And as soon as we're going to refresh this customers page right over here, we're going to check for the new customer created. And yes, over here you can see a new created. You can see the same name and the email which we entered. A new customer has been created with the same details only. So yes, this is the automation we are going to learn in today's video. And if you also want to create this automation for your business, then for that you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy, and as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of stars free every month. But over here I'm an existing user, so I'm just going to click on this sign in. And as soon as we are going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm just going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And as soon as we are going to click on this access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we have to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automation. And I want to name my workflow as how to create Zendesk user on Typeform submission. Typeform to Zendesk, and then we just have to click on this create. And as soon as we're going to click on this create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. So trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow will work. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger. So that's the reason that we can have a single trigger but multiple actions responding towards the commands of our trigger. And today, to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application, which is Typeform. So I'm just going to search for Typeform right over here, and as you can see the same, so we're just going to select it. And now it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically, trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So here what I want is that as soon as a new entry is made in my Typeform account, my workflow should be triggered or started. So I'm just going to select the same trigger event, and then we just have to click on this connect. And now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Typeform account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection, and then we have to click on this connect with Typeform. And as soon as we are going to click on this connect with Typeform, you can see that Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to click on this accept and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on this accept. Pabbly is safe. And as soon as we're going to click on this accept, yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Typeform account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the form. So here you can see that I want to create this automation for this form, which is customer support request form. So I'm just going to select the same form and click on this save and send test request button. And as soon as we're going to click on the save and send test request button, it is saying waiting for response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what we have to do is we have to go towards the form I want to create this automation for, go towards the 3 dots of this form, and then we have to go towards this copy link. So I'm just going to copy this form link and open this in a new tab. All right, over here you can see that this is my form. So I'm just going to fill in these details. So it is saying what is your name. Let's say that I'm just going to keep the name as demo right over here. So I'm just going to enter demo user. We are going to move on forward, and now it is asking me for the email address. So let's say that I want my email address to be demouser@pabblytudes.com. all right, over here I'm just going to select the country as India. So I'm just going to look for India and select it. Over here I'm just going to enter my number, and then we are going to move on forward. All right, I'm just going to click on this OK, and now it is saying how would you rate your overall experience with our service. So let's say that I'm just going to keep it as 7 right over here. It is saying what is the purpose of your inquiry. So I'm just going to select it as general inquiry right over here, and now it is saying please give a brief of your issue or request. So I'm just going to enter it. So yes, you can see that I've successfully entered it, and now I'm just going to click on this submit. And yes, you can see thank you for completing this form. So once again with this we have successfully did the test submission, and now what has happened is that Typeform has sent the details of a test submission to our workflow. And yes, over here you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for the same. You can see all the details which we entered. All right, I'm just going to show you all the details. Over here you can see the same phone number which we entered. Over here you can see the same email which we entered, the same name which we entered, and the rest of the details. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, and now what will happen is that as soon as a new entry is made in my Typeform account, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered, and Pabbly is going to capture the response for the same. All right, we're going to move on towards our action step. What I want is I want to create a Zendesk user on Typeform submission. So for my action application, I'm just going to select it as Zendesk. So I'm just going to search for Zendesk right over here, and then we're just going to select it. And now it is asking me for the action event. So for my action event, I'm just going to select it as create a user. So I'm just going to look for the same right over here, and as you can see, create a new user. We are going to select it and click on this connect. Once again, it is asking me for the same. So if you have already connected your Zendesk account, you can click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the Zendesk username, API token, and the subdomain. So yes, I'm just going to enter all of these details one by one. First, we're going to enter a Zendesk username right over here. Alright, so as you can see that this is my username, so I have entered it. But not only the username, in the notes you can see that it is saying enter your email address as the username and add the suffix token. Alright, so we have to add a suffix right over here also, which is /token. So after my username, or you can see the email address, I'm accessing my Zendesk account. We have to enter that same email address, then /token. Alright, now it is asking me for the API tokens. We're going to get this API token. Once again, we're going to follow the help text, and it is saying go to admin center, apps and integrations, API, and then Zendesk API. Alright, we're going to follow the same. I'm just going to open my Zendesk account. From the left side of the bar, we first have to go towards this admin. Alright, once again, we have to go towards this admin center right from here. And now after coming over here towards the admin center, we have to go towards the left side of the bar, apps and integrations. Over here, we're going to scroll, go towards the API, and then Zendesk API. Over here, you can see the 2 API keys that I've already created, but I'm I'm going to add a new API token. For that, I'm just going to click on this add API token, and now it is asking me for the token description. So over here, let's say that I'm just going to keep it as new user. So I'm just going to enter it right over here, and now after entering this over here, you can see that this is my API token. So I'm just going to copy this first, and then we just have to click on this save. And yes, over here you can see that this is my active API token, which is new user, and I've created this. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to paste that same API token right over here. Now it is asking me for the subdomain, and to get this subdomain, once again I'm just going to open my Zendesk account, and over here you can see that the subdomain is after this http// and before .zendesk.com. So for me it is this. All right, so I'm just going to copy this subdomain and paste it right over here. You are going to get your subdomain from the URL of your Zendesk account, which would be before .zendesk.com and after https://. All right, so now after entering all of these three details, we just have to click on this save. And as soon as we're going to click on the save, yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Zendesk account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. Now it is asking me to enter the username, email, and another details. All right, so we're just going to enter the details right over here. So we're going to enter the same name and the another details which we received in the response of our previous step. All right, like over here you can see the name which is received as demo user. So I'm just going to enter the same demo user right over here too. All right, but we are not going to enter it manually or by copy pasting it like this, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering, what is mapping? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Typeform as our trigger application. So we are just going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. All right, so here I'm just going to enter the name. For that, I'm just going to look for name in the previous response, and as you can see the name, so we're going to map it. We're going to move on forward. We're going to map the email address too. I'm just going to look for email address, and then we just have to map this. We're going to move on forward. We're only going to fill in the details which are required. All right, so I'm just going to enter the phone number too. Over here you can see the same, so I'm just going to map it. So over here you can see that I filled in the required details, and now I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. If you wish, you can definitely fill out the rest of the details too. I have only filled out the required details and I've selected the role as end user. So now I'm just going to click on this save and send test request button, and as soon as we're going to do so, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response that we have successfully created a new user with the same details in our Zendesk account. So I'm just going to open my Zendesk account, and now we have to go towards the left side of the bar towards the customers, and over here we are going to refresh this customers page in order to check for the new one created. All right, so once again I'm just going to refresh it right from here, and yes, over here you can see a new one created. You can see the same name, same email entered. All right, I'm just going to show you the phone number too. Over here you can see the same phone number, same email, and the same name entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now what will happen is that as soon as a new entry is made in my Typeform account, automatically Pabbly is going to capture the response and trigger the workflow. Further, Pabbly is going to create a new user in my Zendesk account, and for that we don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on this save and send test request button. This workflow is going to run in backend, and we can just sit back and relax. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.